Hi and welcome to another episode of Top Volts, and today we're going to be looking at the Aston Martin. This is the MM C57. If I just shine that in the light, MM C57. So this is was first released actually in 1960. It was on their first edition catalogue, and they were very well built, with the nice sort of little grille at the front. Both held in by these retaining clips with the loop braids, which even now work absolutely fine, which are right in line with the guide, right there. So you see the guide is placed just in the center, and you've got these loop braids either side. These do get prone to quite a bit of wear because the weight of the car is literally sitting on them, but overall it's in very good condition, this one. I love the colour. I do love the colour. It's got the larger head, racing driver head, but this is feeling a little bit stiff, so possibly needs a little bit of oil. So we'll open this up and have a look inside and see if there's any sort of maintenance that needs to be done. So just carefully release these clips. All you need to do is pull it back until you feel a bit of resistance. Same on the front, just a little bit of resistance, and then that should then lift off. So the body shell is actually very clean, so I don't imagine there being very much cleaning to do on this. Okay, so it's running the original pinion and rear cog. It does feel a bit stiff, but also it does look very dry. It looks very dry in there, so a little bit of oil wouldn't go amiss. And also just noticing that the brass tabs needed to be either side on that front axle. So you've got the rubber insert here, which is applied on pressure. So you've got a little kind of spigot sticking up in the air there, and this piece of rubber literally fits just over that. So when you place the body shell back on, it just helps it sit very snug. And one of my favorite features is this hinge point at this point there. So if you wind the axle back, you can see it starts to lift the motor. So get it to that point and then carefully lift out. And as you can see, it pivots at this point, which is absolutely great. Allows for perfect access for maintenance. So if you just remove that front axle, put it to one side. First impressions, the brushes and the pickup area looks very clean. So I don't imagine that being any problems at all, and probably doesn't need to be cleaned. But we will place a little bit of oil at the 2 points, just on this sort of material sponged area, front and back. I tend to like to put it down on the actual center spine and allow it to seep in from that, rather than sort of soak it from the top here. I tend to like just to put it down, straight down onto the axle itself, onto there, and allow it to seep in either side. So I just place a little bit of oil, and when I mean a little bit, like literally like a pin drop from the front, just tiny amount, and then a tiny bit at the front there, just a tiny amount, maybe just a tiny bit there, and just give that a okay. Straight away that feels freer. We'll just check for any hair around this rear axle. That all seems to be pretty good. Maybe a tiniest little bit of oil just on the bearing there, and a bit there. Perfect. And just carefully wind that back in. Yeah, straight away you can feel the difference. Okay, brilliant. So replace the front axle on, just making sure that these brass sleeves are pushed to either side. Just place that over. And we'll put the body shell back on. So once again, just pull these tabs clear. Just as you're working on it, they do tend to drift in front. So just pull those back. And place the body shell on. Always remembering just to monitor where the wires are so you don't pinch them with the body shell. I'll put it on the right way around. Perfect. That all looks great. And already I can feel how much freer that is. So we'll run this up, just allow it all to bed itself back in and get some of that oil circulating. Okay, so we'll just let this run in and let the oil circulate around the motor a little bit and around those rear axles. So let's turn the power on. I'll just lift the rear wheels up a little bit and I'll just feed the bolts in. It already sounds very smooth. I'll slowly increase. Oh, that's perfect. Brilliant. Well, thank you for watching my video. I hope you've enjoyed it. As always, you know, I hope the content was of use to you and maybe some of the tips. As always, if you've got tips of your own regarding this car or any other sort of vintage Scalextric car, please leave a comment in the comment section, and I'll try my best to get back to you. But as always, any comments, tips passed on to myself and others is always greatly appreciated. And if we can keep as many of these going as possible, that would be great. Okay, well, thank you for watching, and I'll see you at the next one.